We are on our way to get the Apple Vision Pro. Very excited, to be honest. I didn't think I'd be able to get it in person this soon. It was very pushed out for the dates, so let's go find out. It is now in my possession, and now we just got to get home. There it is. And I decided to pick up the travel case as well, because I don't know of any third-party ones at the moment, but I'd like something for it at least. I've always been using this old 5th gen iPod. Took the hard drive out, put an SD card in it, and now it lives in my car as my music player. But old Apple technology meets new Apple technology. Okay, so it is the 5th of February 2024. The Apple Vision Pro came out on Friday last week, February 2nd. And to be real honest, I am very surprised that I got a hold of this thing so early. I checked on its availability on the website multiple times, and of course, naturally, it was very sold out at the local Apple stores around the Seattle area here. But one day last week, I took a look, and there was 2 openings at the local mall. So I went ahead and took one of them and ordered. And this is the result here. So let's take a quick look at what I decided to pick up for this brand new adventure in computing. Mainly my excitement right now is just the fact of experiencing a brand new product, a brand new category for Apple. You know, I know it's not going to be perfectly polished and everything that it can do, but I've never tried a VR headset, believe it or not. I don't really have anything that can handle that PC-wise. So this is going to be very cool to try. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but there's a lot of things on my mind thinking about this cool product here. So what did I get? Well, obviously the Vision Pro itself, they put it in this bag. I brought in this reusable bag here, hoping that I would use this to put this in, mostly because I thought a bag that doesn't necessarily, well, it's got a hair on it there, doesn't necessarily say Apple on it would be a little less, you know, want to grab it out of your hand while you're walking through the mall, you know, somebody steal the thing. But thankfully I didn't park too far away from the door, and wasn't that busy, so we were perfectly fine. But, you know, you never know nowadays. Somebody might try to jump in and steal something. But went perfectly fine. Went to my appointment to pick it up, and as you can see here, obviously it's in this bag, this big box here. I also have the Vision Pro lenses. Obviously I wear glasses, and it's mostly for one eye. The other lens is kind of just there, to be honest. But I did end up getting these Zeiss lenses here to go inside of it. That was more, obviously, to do something like that. It's a little less if you get just, I think, the reading versions and stuff, but this is prescription specifically for my glasses here, so that's awesome. And since I brought this bag in, I did end up using it, obviously. I decided to pick up this here. And I was a little hesitant on doing it. This is their travel case for the Vision Pro. You can see it's got the branding on it there. And to be honest, when I saw it on the shelf and they had it at the pickup counter to pick up online orders, I was like, so is that the packaging? Why is it all wrinkly? I'm sure that's just how it's shipped. But it has like an air cushion to it. Kind of like a sleeping bag. It feels like a sleeping bag type plastic feel to it. This thing wasn't cheap. It was like $200 for this thing, but to be honest, this thing is crazy expensive the way it is. This is the base model one. I see no reason to get the 512 or the 1 terabyte version. So this is a 256 gigabyte one. You know, being a first gen product, it's probably going to get you know, discontinued very quickly, kind of like the first generation iPad. You know, only went up to iOS 5 And, you know, the second gen one, I believe, went all the way up to iOS 9. It had a much longer life to it. But, you know, it's a first gen product, you know, just like the first iPhone, Apple Watch, all that. So that's why this is so exciting. I've never been able to enjoy a first generation at launch type product thing. So I've been saving up for this for some time. And again, I apologize, I'm rambling quite a bit. But there's a lot of firsts that I wanted to get out of the way here. Okay, so we have this here, and our lenses, and the box, and let's reposition the camera and unbox it. Got the camera repositioned here, so let's go ahead and take it out of the Apple bag. I wonder if this was specialty made for this giant box. I'm sure they probably didn't have one normally this big, just around. I'm sure it had to have been just made for this occasion. I don't know of any other boxes this big unless, well, I don't know what kind of box. Why would they put a Mac Pro in a bag? You know what I mean? That thing's big. That's not going to happen. Okay, so on the back here, we have Vision Pro 256 gig. Just cover up the serial and all that kind of stuff for the moment. And we have our pull tabs on either side. Not much on the bottoms here. Okay, there we go. There's a picture of it. Okay. Here we go. Let's pull our little tab. Wonderful. Looks like the sticky is on this side. This is some type of plastic sticker, it feels like, so that it can adhere to the box but not necessarily tear the box. Sorry, I keep bumping the camera. Okay, let's do the other side. Awesome. Yeah, they definitely thought about all that. Okay. Let's get it lined up here. Here we go. That's a hefty top part of the box. Ready? Oh my gosh. You know, I've only watched the videos online, just like I'm sure you're watching this one right now, and I haven't really gotten an idea of how big or small the thing is, to be real honest. Obviously, they had them on display in the Apple Store while I was there picking this one up, but I didn't look at it too quickly. They kind of, you know, take you away to the pickup center. So here's the inside of the box, definitely molded for the Vision Pro. And all this extra padding, cushioning going on in here. They even got a little model number going on there. So let's set that aside. And here it is. Okay, this is the first time picking it up. I've heard that it's quite heavy, but again, I've never used any other VR headsets before. Okay, well, it's not that bad for what I was considering heavy. So we have this kind of protective thing in here at the moment. This is a small. I don't know if that was mentioned anywhere on the box, but when you measure this with your iPhone, it needs to have the Face ID version of the iPhone, and I think iOS 17.3 or something ridiculous, because I had issues with that, to scan your head and get the exact size for it. I believe there's small, medium, large, maybe there's extra large, I'm not sure. But anyway, it automatically chose small for me. Somehow it must know that, I'm not sure. But yeah, we got a little cardboard thing going on here. Here's the little braided headband. I already forgot the name of the thing. Solo Loop or something. I already opened up one of the tabs here. That's where the power brick will go. We got our speakers on either side. And I believe this tightens and loosens little wires in here to tighten it onto your head. And this is a cover. It comes off. We'll get into that in a minute. But I'm just going to set this aside. And let's see what else we have in here. Okay, this is it feels like, you know, cardboard, but it was molded and then injected, you know, like it was injection molded feeling cardboard. It's definitely paper of some kind, you know, with their wanting to be everything biodegradable. But this is definitely some hefty stuff going on here. Okay, let's see here. Designed by Apple in California. The polishing cloth. Boy, I don't know if they do these with MacBooks anymore, but you used to get a cloth. And there it is. Oops. Okay, we have Vision Pro. And we have this little cleaning cloth here, and it looks like it's folded into itself. I believe it does say, indeed it does, Vision Pro right there. I suppose we will need this. I'm very much for keeping, you know, all that kind of stuff original and packaged for hopefully future value, you know, but we'll take it out. And we'll fold this back up. That goes with our little regulatory information here. And it looks like it has two separate pockets in here, and I probably grabbed both of it at the same time. So I'm sure that went in the front, and this piece of paper probably went in the back. Boy, they made a separate folder just for a piece of paper. That's flimsier than the whole thing itself. Okay, let's pull this out. It says light seal cushion. Sure enough, it is a light seal cushion. I want to say that there's two different sizes, and that's why they give you the second one. This one's a little thicker or something compared to the one that's on there. I don't know if I'll need it, but we'll just let it be in here for right now. Okay, up here, we have Vision Pro. Ooh, this is a little heavier. Oh my, look at that. It's literally like a book. And it's never been folded open. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's a picture you've all seen online. I'm not going to bend this open too much. There's all the accessories and everything that we get with it. The cover, the Vision Pro itself, the Solo knit band, that's what they call it. The battery, the polishing cloth, USB-C cable, the light seal cushion. It has a little plus there, so maybe they're telling you what it is somewhere down the line. I believe it's like a 33-watt power adapter, and the dual loop band, which I hear is much more easy on the head. So here's a tour of the product. Again, I could open it further, but we'll let it be for right now. And getting started, that whole page is just left blank. So we have our battery, which I've heard is like only 3,000 something milliamp hour. Putting on the battery, putting your inserts on, putting it on your head, and we're going to play with all these things, so we'll get there. Adjust the displays, use your phone to help set it up, get it to fit your head. There's the other band if you so desire, and how to change out the band, it looks like. Adjusting the dual loop band. Boy, this is a... Yep, it has new print book smell to it, of course. Care instructions, handling. You got this cover you could put on it naturally. Use your microfiber cloth. Your accessories. It looks like they want you to wind it up around it that way instead of the vertical way. And a key safety information. Well, that's pretty cool. It's an actual booklet. It's not just like an unfoldable map or something. We'll probably need that in a bit, but let's put it back in here for now. We'll set that aside. Okay, this says dual loop band. And it looks like it's definitely in there. Okay, just pull up on that. And there's our dual loop band. Looks like you just kind of squeeze that. Oh no, the whole thing comes out. Okay. So what's going on here? Okay, that's just packaging that kind of keeps it all in shape. So, does it say in here? Yeah, okay, it says small. I don't know, I guess my head is small. I have no idea, to be real honest. But apparently Apple does. So we'll set that back in there. Shows you how to put it on, take it off, but I believe that's in the manual that we just looked at as well. So we'll keep all that in there. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We have our pretty standard USB-C cable here. I think that's just to charge this, to be honest. And I have a couple of these, so we're just going to let it be, really. And then here's our little charging brick. It is 30 watt USB-C. But I'll probably just end up using the one from my MacBook for now. If I want to use it, I'll take it out. And of course, the battery itself. We do need this. Boy, is that heavy. And it's definitely cool. You know, it's metal, so it's cold to the touch. So let's open that up. Okay, it looks like I should have done this cable first. Boy, is packaging engineering a thing. It is crazy. Okay, we have our little thing here. Oh, it just pops right out. Okay, okay. And naturally, I'm wasting time putting this all back together. But I'm just crazy like that. You know, they paid somebody a lot of money to figure out how to make this right here. Not even joking. Okay, set that down in there. Now that we have the wire out, we should be able to pull this all the way out without having to disrupt this plastic here. We'll set that down. Okay, here's our battery pack. It has an Apple logo on it naturally. We have USB-C for charging. And my one friend has showed me that this is like a giant lightning connector in there if you do eject it. And on the back here, you can see 13 volt, 6 amp. 3,166 milliamp hour. So there's our battery. You can see my hands are quite steamy. A lot going on here. Okay, so that's our dual loop band. We'll set that in there. And that's our booklet. We'll probably need it, but here's our dual loop band. Okay, so that's our main package. I'm going to set that aside. And let's take a quick look at these lenses here. So it looks like we have another pull tab. Same type of thing. It's sticky on here, but they have a sticker on here to prevent it from ripping the packaging itself. So let's see what we're greeted with. Precision Optics by Apple and Zeiss. And then I suppose the lenses are in here. Sure enough, there they are. Okay, well, we'll have to get those in place here. Let's take a look at this carrying case, because this is what's going to protect it after all. And let's open it up here. Okay, we have our wonderful Do Not Eat silica gel. I believe there's something going on here. Did you notice something? I don't think there was any Apple stickers. Okay, travel case. Shows you how to travel with the case. Okay. Again, I'll look into this more in depth. Not going to bore you with it. We'll keep that with the box. Over here, we have this little bag, which I believe is to hold all of our accessories, as you can see. So I believe we can open this up. Sure enough, it's a nice little microfiber cloth lined baggie. Yeah, definitely plush, you know, to keep everything nice. And this must slide forward and back. I'm sure the instructions said that, but you know, that's how well I pay attention. So, I think we're going to reposition the camera yet again, and we'll just start playing with it. Okay, I readjusted the camera a little bit. Hopefully that's better. Okay, so we have one of these tabs off already here. We have one on this side as well to take out. Looks like they want you to just kind of, just comes right out. Boy, look at this. Okay. They even have this kind of bubbled out here in the back. Oh yeah, it's definitely a bubble. I pushed it in. Boy, there's a lot of engineering going on here, just in packaging. That is crazy. Okay, let's set that aside. And I'm going to get that booklet. So this is a cushion to protect the front of it. Boy, that is very thick, and that really reduces the size of it, to be honest. Oh, what a neat thing. Same material as the back here. That, I don't know, man. That's just so cool. Okay, so we got that off. Now let's, we'll grab our thing here. And, let's see here. Oh yes, 0, or the open dot to the closed dot. Will do. So this should just fit in here. And twist. There it goes. You can feel it kind of bump into place. This is the first time looking at the front of it. Sure enough, it has a screen there. You see that? It's got an Apple logo in it. I don't know why, but it seems super pixelated. I've heard it takes a little bit to boot up, so let's move on. Bring your unlocked iPhone or iPad near the Vision Pro and follow the instructions. Well, how are you supposed to do that when you're doing 15 other things and recording a video with the thing? So let's put it on. Okay, this is clockwise, so we need counterclockwise. I think it's already there. I have this cord, and I should have this on the other side. This is very exciting. Okay, it wants it to go up. Okay, press digital crown to begin. I see text there, kind of floating in the room. Bring iPhone or iPad nearby to get started. Well, I guess this is where we're departing, for this section of the video anyway. So this is the recording I took right after setting it up with my phone and all that. And I didn't realize at the time that it doesn't record audio externally. Naturally, it's a screen recording, so it's only recording whatever's on the screen. But I wanted to take a first video here and at least show what I'm seeing while we're setting this thing up. Not sure how I look with this thing on. One thing I've noticed with pretty much everybody that's taken a picture of themselves with this thing on is your nose, it doesn't seem to be centered in this thing. Does it look centered in mine? It seems to be off to one side or another. Not that it matters, it doesn't hurt on my face. And I'm gonna do like a side profile here because I haven't, seen this thing from the side yet, so I'll have to watch it back and see what it looks like from the side profile. But yeah, this band isn't that bad actually. I originally was wearing it way too low, to be honest. And moving it up higher definitely fits the face better. And I can wear it for about 2 hours or so before it starts being annoying. Enjoying the new technology. So, I've been using this last night, and this is the second night of me having the Apple Vision Pro here. And let me tell you, this is a whole new experience, to be very honest with you, and I've really been enjoying it. I've spent a lot of time on Safari here, of course, of all places. It's really cool having the windows, and you can pinch them here, and to move them around, bring them closer, further away. It's just such an interesting experience using, the internet here. You could scroll up and down by pinching, as you can see. Whatever you look at is what it's going to do. So at the bottom here at the bar, I'm looking at the bar. Next to it is X. That's how you close things. So if I tap that, we closed that window. Obviously, there's not a lot of built-in native, I guess you would say, apps for it right now. But we can go to compatible apps here, and you get some, I believe they're just iPad apps that will work on this device. So there's that there. If we move over, we got our files, and there's this Encounter Dinosaurs. I haven't tried that yet, but one thing I have tried is on the Apple TV. If you go in there, there is some content on here, like this one right in front of us, and I think there was a dinosaur one here I watched yesterday that is very interesting. It immerses you. It looks like here's another one, and I think you can watch some of them, like it said, for free with this thing. So I'm going to try a couple others because, boy, it's something to, try that. But once again, you can look at the corner over here. You can make it smaller or bigger. You know, and I have the projector in the background, as you can see. I mean, this is even bigger than the projector screen at the moment. That's a 100-inch projector screen. And of course, I can bring this much closer, as you can see. We'll close out of that. But it's just something. Like, and obviously that has emails and all my messages and things in it. But if you look over here at the side, there's environments. If we go in there, we have these environments that we can go sit in. I did this Mount Hood one yesterday. Let's try this Joshua Tree desert picture here. And I don't know if it's showing up for you, but I mean, you can see the room over here. And if you turn the crown on the top, you see we can get more immersed in it. And here we are. You can kind of see my hand. You know, it has a little bit of a hard time going around it. And the lamp is right here. As you can see, I have my hand going around that. It gets a little confused. But yeah, just the detail here is crazy. I mean, you can look behind us here. And of course, you can bring up the menu. Boy, if I can remember, I think if we hit the crown here, yep, there's our menu. And we can go back to apps. And you can go back online. And, you know, browse the web here a little bit and take a look at some pictures online. Gotta have lighting, you know. And oops, I grabbed the bottom by accident. You gotta really get used to where you're looking, because that's where you're gonna click. So it's just a very unique experience. And of course, you can have multiple things up at once. So if we move this over here, we can bring up, you know, music. We can bring that over here, and now we kind of have a dual monitor setup going. We have an internet browser and music here. That's pretty cool. Listening to music is great. Doesn't get super loud. It would have been nice if they were able to incorporate this in a way that would connect to AirPlay speakers. I haven't figured out exactly how to do that yet. One thing is that I tend to have my hand like this, but you need it like this so it can see your fingers. You just can't do that. I'm trying to click off of this. You can't have it this way. It's got to be this way so it can see, you know, what you're doing. Anyway, so you can have two things up. You can have even more things up. You can, you know, you can move this, pinch and grab that, and bring it up here. You want your music up high? Sure, why not? Just command, you know, central command here. And the one thing I haven't tried yet, if we turn the digital crown here, we should be able to get out of the environment here and return to our room, is if we close this and this, is, okay, now this is over here, obviously. If the center of the room is right here, so if I'm looking over here at the fireplace and we hold down that crown, it'll reset for us, which is nice. But there's one thing I still have not done, and that's AirPlay the Mac screen onto this device. The other thing that was curious to me is how am I going to get files on and off of this? Sure, it has, you know, files, but the only USB-C is this thing right here. And, you know, how do I get it onto a computer? It is a computer itself. Do I plug a thumb drive in here? I don't know. I haven't really figured that one out, other than these videos that I'm recording right now. I can just airdrop to the Mac Mini over there, and that would work just fine. But I did set up that persona thing, so let's go take a look at that. Where are we going here? There it is. Okay, a little creepy to be honest. I gotta say, I look kind of like I'm much older, but it's funny to be honest. You know, I mean, right now I'm sitting in a chair, so I mean, if I'm sitting up like this, you could see, you know, upwards, it's a little bit better. Now, you can change your glasses. I chose these. I thought they looked kind of funny. There were ones that kind of look like the ones I wear every day, but I thought this suited a little bit better. And I know a lot of people are having issues with the hair and stuff, but this seems to be working fine. As you can see, it even senses my hands and where they are, too. That's pretty cool. You know, I can make expressions within the visor here, and it can pick up on that, you know, raising my eyebrows, smiling. It picks up on all that stuff, but I look like I'm crazy old. Whatever. I don't really care. You know, age, you got knowledge, so we'll go with that one. So that's a neat feature. I obviously am not on the other side to see what's going on out here. And I think somebody has to be there for that to show up, you know, the eyes and the outside. Because just turning on the camera on my phone and flipping it around to see, there's nothing there. So I think it has to have somebody there for it to even show the eyes, for example. So yeah, that's my persona, apparently. But just to go along with it, you know, brand new thing going on here. This is something. As you can see, I got further away there, and it kind of gets, you know, because I was sitting up, and now I'm leaning back into the recliner here. So if I hold down the crown, it resets it for me. And this is about, like, right here. It's not too far away from me. And I don't think you can't move this like you can all the other windows. So this evening, I'm going to try doing it with the Mac. And I set up the Persona thing this evening. I sat over there because it wanted good lighting. So we have good lighting naturally. And we'll see where we can get. So let's see what we're at right now. I started with 100% battery, and now we're at 89%. At least I assume we were at 100%, because I charged the battery overnight on the display over there. I'm sure doing what we're doing here and the face capturing and stuff really wore it down, but we seem to be doing fine. Inside this package is something unique, not something I would normally pick up, but I think it would help with something at work. So I thought, let's go ahead and try it out. It's one of these flipper devices. I went to go and visit another one of our locations a couple weeks ago for work, and they were using one of these to program some boards that we usually have a harder time programming, and it was working really well. I was very surprised because I've heard of this thing, but never thought much of it. So I thought, let's pick one up and give it a try here at our location for work. So, well, here it is. On the front of the packaging, you can see the picture of the device itself and just some basic information and stuff, you know, all the way around. Pretty cool. But since it's going to be used in our shop, I wanted to get a little more protection for it. So they also had these screen protectors. I think that was a couple dollars or more or something. And I decided to also pick up this little silicone case because, like I said, it's going to be used out in our warehouse. It's going to get beat up, so let's give it a little bit of protection to help with that. So we'll open it up here. It's a stiff box. Oh, look, it even comes with a sticker. Isn't that cool? If I can pick it up. Flip the world. Nice. Quick start guide. Oh, USB cable. What kind of USB do they use on this thing? USB-C it looks like. Isn't that nice? Its own little foam holder here. Got a little thing to take out the top. And there's the device itself. Very cool. It's very small. It's not big at all. I mean, you know, here it is in my hand. Okay, it looks like we can take off this film on the top, and I'm gonna go right ahead and put on one of these screen protectors while I'm at it. That was so much easier to put on than a phone. I mean, probably because it's the size of my thumb. So now we have this little case here, and I'll probably need 2 hands for that. There we go. Now I just have to learn about it. I suppose the first step would be how to turn it on. Looks like it's just gonna walk me through the process, so we'll just do that. Off to work it goes. We'll see how well it works out. I think it'll work quite well, judging by what I've already seen. Haven't seen this Windows 2000 extra tall PC in a minute, but I had to break it out last night to get the power supply out of it. You may remember in the video where we took a look at this quite a while ago, I had to use my friend's power supply to see if it even worked. I had to take his power supply out because last night I had to bring out the mats for the table here. We rebuilt one of his gaming PCs and sold it. So that was a pretty extensive thing yesterday. Took a little while. Had to make a new Windows 10 flash drive because my CDs are just old. It would have worked, but It was like an original version of Windows 10 from 2015. So anyway, it was a long process. But the power supply is out of here and we need to put a new one in. So here I put in this Deer computer power supply. I picked it up a while back at Value Village for $5, as you can see, along with two others, knowing that one of them would go in here and another one would just be a backup for whatever. And the third one is for an AT style computer. Anyway, I have it plugged in here, and now we're going to plug it in here. I still haven't switched on the power. Let's see what we get. Well, nothing has gone poof yet, so that's a good sign. And let's hit the power button. Ain't getting anything. Oh, wait, something's lit up here. Is the hard drive just not spinning up? Huh. Yeah, we got power here, and that lit up. Interesting. Oh, there goes the hard drive. I wonder if there's like capacitors in this thing that just, like, there's a breeze. Maybe some of the voltages are weird. Well, we're getting it to boot up here, I guess. It's definitely not a, whatever it says it is right there. Yeah, that's right, it has 2 gigs of RAM. Okay, I'm not sure what it's going to want to do next, but it is a 700 megahertz Pentium 3. So let's see here. I don't know why it forgot everything. I put a new button cell in it. I believe it's 700 megahertz. So that's important. And okay, so it still has the date and time. Power. Let's exit, I suppose. Let's see, and escape is exit. And we will save the changes. Yes. What did I do? Save configuration changes now. Yes. Oh, I probably need to exit saving changes. Oh boy. See, if I just pay attention, we'd be okay. But I just read things really quick. So let's see what we get now. 700 megahertz processor. Okay. We should get it booting into Windows 2000 here. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, that's real weird. I didn't hear the hard drive originally when we hit the power button. Usually, you know, it's instant, but maybe there's some capacitors in here that just aren't happy. You know, that's maybe why it's at the thrift store after all. But we'll see if it actually boots up here. Haven't had it on since we last took a look at it, to be honest. Yeah, it should load to whoever's original desktop was on this thing. You know, one thing, while I'm sitting here looking, look at some of these capacitors. They're like angled. You see that? They're not really straight. I don't know if it got bumped or if the bottom is like... Probably shouldn't be poking in here while it's on. Now they're straight. Not that that really matters. Power scan. Why am I not scanning anything? But we're definitely up and working here, so I guess this power supply is okay. But the one thing I want to try next is, oh my gosh, is just turning it off. And then we'll hit the power button again and see if it boots up any quicker. What are we ending for? End program? Yeah, end now. Well, there must be a ton of stuff in the background running from the original owner. I tried copying the partition over to a different drive, but it didn't work on here. It's like separated into 3 different partitions on this 30 gig drive. And it the software just wouldn't do it. So I decided to just keep it the original because I don't know about some of these drivers, you know, to get stuff working again, if I can find all that easily enough. So I'm just gonna use it that way. Okay, let's try again. Here we go. Now the capacitors, I'd assume, are already, you know, filled up. So let's turn it off, and we'll hold down power button to drain any power I'd assume is in there. Now let's turn the switch back on. And let's see these LEDs again. I think they started to glow up really slow. Well, that's way more immediate. Yeah, that's way quicker. And the hard drive's spinning up. The monitor's turning on. Okay, maybe it, I don't know, the power supply was sitting for way too long and it just took a while. Interesting. But now we'll put this cover back on, and look at all this stuff I have over here. I gotta put all this away, but I haven't yet because I had to pull this thing out. And well, now that we know that this is working, it can go back into its home under the stairs. We got a pile of bulbs here, and well, that's because yesterday tragedy struck. Up here on the other side, we were clearing out boxes to make room for just new stuff, and while tipping one of them over, that bucket that you now see up there was in a different spot, fell over, and I had 2 tubs just like this of bulbs right here, came crashing down onto the ground, and bulbs were everywhere. I knew when I first heard it slide off, I'm like, this is gonna be a bad noise. This is not gonna be good. And well, here's the aftermath from yesterday. So here's the 2 tubs, you know, broken to pieces. This one is just shattered. This one, the whole corner's broken. And here's some of the bulbs my friend helped me put back in this box here, and some of them I set on the counter here. Now, looking through roughly while picking them up and putting them, you know, away cleanly for at least the moment, because obviously I need new tubs. I only found 2 that were broken. One of them had a broken filament, but the bulb itself wasn't broken, and the other one had a it was a CFL and the tubes broke, but it was in box. So anyway, I still have one of that style. So what I'm gonna do is I got some new tubs and I'm gonna start putting them away. So let's see here, brand new tubs to put the bulbs in, a little bigger than before so that we have a little bit more room for newer bulbs and stuff. But yeah, new tubs it is. Now, the nice thing about these, I think that saved it is, well, they were in these tubs, and I think that took the you know, the force of falling from all the way up here and crashing down on the ground to save the contents inside. So a big thanks to the tubs for doing that. But as I was going to mention, I'm going to test each of these, at least the ones that I can. A lot of these Philips ones are metal halide, and I don't really have a thing to test that right now. But all the ones that run on 120 volt, I'll test to make sure they still work. If they don't, unfortunately, they're just going to go in the garbage, because what am I going to do with it? But I mean, I found some of these, like this one fell out of the box and was just laying on the ground, like on the concrete. And as far as I can tell, I don't see anything wrong with it. And I can put it in that yard light right there real quick, because it's a conversion bulb for that anyway, and see if it works. But amazing stuff. Like this bulb right here, it came out of its package, because this is just cut open so it can come out, and it flew out and hit the ground, and it's still good. There's no crack in it. The filament still looks good, amazing. You'd be amazed at how well bulbs can withstand shock. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now, is go through these, make sure they work, and package them away. Got all the bulbs packaged back up again. I did find one more that was broken. It was a Chinese 175 watt GE Mercury vapor bulb. It broke away one of the things in its base. So anyway, 3 bulbs were the tragic result of this falling out of the sky, but nothing real earth-shaking in terms of I don't have duplicates. So, and we got a little bit of room, as you can see here. However, yesterday, when I went to go out and get this, of course I got to stop by the thrift store, and I found another Patton circulator fan here. I have a smaller one. I'm sure you've already seen it on the channel with the awesome round blades. I love that thing. And I saw this one at the thrift store yesterday for $10. I think the other one I paid like $11 or $12 or something. It does need some help. The blades are bent a little bit on the ends. It's missing the knob for the switch on the back, and it's quite dirty. But these things are such amazing quality based on the one that I already have. I had to pick it up, so we'll definitely clean it up here and fix it.